to another episode. We are here for another episode of everyone's favorite place to be on a Wednesday morning. Where else would you rather be on the internet on a Wednesday morning, Brandon? But right here at Practice, the show.
Have you ever been to a wedding and had to think of a gift to buy? Isn't that's like the worst thing is trying to figure out the perfect gift to get when you go to a wedding. But what if you didn't need to get a toaster or a blender or a fondue fountain and you just wanted to attend a 3-day content-filled wedding festival? Not your typical wedding, but this the type of wedding that's never been done before. Pretty bold, it's pretty groundbreaking, and it's actually happening in less than 50 days. It's a 3-day packed full of a celebration with unforgettable content experience. Just think, wedding meets a content creator festival, first of its kind event ever, with content creators there, entrepreneurs, and guests all coming together to make it happen. Charging for a wedding that's pretty polarizing, isn't it? But it's different, absolutely. But that's exactly what makes it kind of special. And this is what we're going to be talking about today on today's episode of Pitch Practice.
The show.
My name is Mark, and I'm the guy behind the mental marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101. I teach the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Brandon here with BKXX Enterprises, your chief business strategist and funnel plumber, fixing all those leaks in your sales process so you never miss a lead and make more money in your business.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We are here on a Thursday evening. Thanks for tuning in. We're not here on our regular night, so we may have some new people tuning in. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from down in the comments. We see you watching out there. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from. And thanks for joining us today, because we've got an interesting topic today, but and that's gonna be, if you've been around the internet lately and you're in this world of internet marketing. I know you've seen it out there, Brandon. I know you've seen it out there, and maybe you've seen it out there too. Let us know if you actually have seen the recent if you're in the ClickFunnels world, it's hard not to be familiar with Steve Larsen. Do you think it's possible to be in ClickFunnels funnel building world without knowing Steve Larsen?
No, because he was your coach during the One Funnel Away Challenge, and when I joined up, that was the guy teaching the stuff in your face, loud, pretty obnoxious. Almost turned me off completely to ClickFunnels. Not gonna lie, sorry, Steve, but Anyway, so I mean, he was one of the pinnacle guys there, and he was Russell's right-hand man for a long time, helping him build his funnels out and things like that. And so, like, if you've been in ClickFunnels for at least past 5 years or so, like, you know who Steve Larsen is.
Exactly. That's exactly how I was introduced to Steve Larsen. I remember. He was one of the first One Funnel Away coaches, and he had a signature intro every day. And you remember what that was, Brandon?
I tried to forget it, and in fact I did, but I know it was loud and obnoxious, which is why I've done my best to just bury that and not really remember it. Yeah.
You either loved him or hated him, and I think that
I didn't hate him. but he was obnoxious. But he did teach very well. I will say, he did teach the material very well. I was just an idiot and haven't really applied it yet. I haven't applied it as well yet.
Well, yeah, good old Steve Larson. I remember just being introduced to him there, and then you start to hear his story. If you've gone through that one funnel away challenge, you've heard his story about uh, bootstrapping his way to the very first funnel hacking live.
Yep.
Bootstrapping his way, and I think what his story was is it was inspiring. It was inspiring to hear him tell his story about not being able to afford it, but then how he bootstrapped his way by getting people to allow him to build funnels to pay his way to get to funnel hacking live. And from there, he went on to become Russell Brunson's major funnel builder for, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years, where I think he sat right in the same office or right directly across from him. Man, well, what about that, Brandon? How would you like to have been that? That's like being a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of a dream gig, honestly. Right place, right time, and right motivation to get in there and learn from like the absolute best of the best, like the being the apprentice to the master funneler.
Yeah. I always remember him saying that, sitting in the same room or just being around Russell every day, what really caught his attention was the amount of offers that he made, and also the amount of times that he would just turn on his camera and just start going live and just actually, producing and creating content. And that was when I think Russell Brunson, he started his whole, I want you, I think he told Steve, he said, I want you to create content every day for 365 days. And Steve Larson was like, I'll do anything.
No, but that. He said he'll do anything but that. And then we went funneling live. He heard that. And he was like, no, I'm doing it. And here we are. Now he's having people pay for his wedding. Look at
that. that's yeah. So fast forward a few years, and the Russell's right hand man has found love in the funnel world, and he found love with Marley Jaxx. Do you remember Marley's last name was something else?
I'm familiar with her, but not that familiar with her.
She, I believe she goes back to, I think she was in, I can't recall right now, but I know she was either in the 30 Days book or the affiliate boot camp. You have that book there? Yeah. You have the book there? Give us a hashtag. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from. I think she was in the 30 Days book. I believe it.
I know Steve is on page 128.
Yes, because I remember her story. She started out as a social media. I think she was working social media agency, and she was working for this other company. And I think she went to Funnel Hacking Live, and she said to herself, if these people are doing it, why can't I? And you know how I know that story? Just so happens I ran into her at I think it was my very first Funnel Hacking Live, and I was able to interview her, and I asked her that. So I have her on tape. There is a video out there with me and Marley Jaxx.
Unless she's changed her name completely, she's not in this book.
Okay, she's not in there. Okay.
No, maybe it's Rachel Peterson that you're thinking of.
No, I know. Yeah, I know Rachel Peterson because she's the queen of social media. I think she calls herself the queen of social media.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe it was the affiliate boot camp because I think with those two summits, I think those two summits were, I think those were two major lead generation uh, lead magnets for Russell, and I thought they were really good lead magnets. Remember
Hmm.
it was the 30-day summit, and it was the affiliate boot camp. Those two were perfect segues for people to join the One Funnel Away challenge. They'd come in, they'd get access to one clip. Yeah, that's it. They'd get access to one video, but to unlock the other video, you'd have to take the One Funnel Away challenge for $100. And I still think
Hmm.
that was a really good deal. I've seen other people actually mimic that, uh, just mimic that, writing a book, but it's not you writing the book, but you
Yep.
get a collection of other people to write chapters, and you put it all together, and then you publish it as a book.
Yep. You
Um,
got Chicken Soup with a Soul is a big one.
yep.
Actually, any of the Chicken Soup books, really. And I know that doesn't have anything to do with marketing, but
Hmm.
um, it does lead. The guy that started that also did another book thing for churches. I can't think of exactly what it is, but same people did the church marketing deal. Director sponsored the book. Brand Sharks connected with a guy. I can picture his face. Terrible with names right now because I'm low on sugar from cutting my grass really quick before I got on here. But Brand Sharks is another book. Look that up. I think they're on maybe the second or third edition. I got offered to write a chapter in that. However, I was too broke at the time to figure out how to come up with the money to actually be in it. So it wasn't a free offer to write the book. You had to pay for some of the publishing with it, but it was still a potential opportunity to get in it. And I just wasn't in the right space to do it at the time. So unfortunate miss there. But yeah, Brand Sharks, 30days.com, Chicken Soup with the Soul. What else?
There's another book in the funnel hacker world. I want to say Josh Brown wrote it. Um, and it's like a book, Secrets of the Two Comma Club.
Yes.
Uh, have you seen that one?
Yep. I think I got the digital copy of it. I read it. I'm not one to bash other people's works. I don't think it was that good.
But
But
it
I mean,
was
I
a
can't. I can't say that because I never did it myself, so it's kind of hard for me to say those kind of things. But when I read it, I personally didn't get anything from it. So that's me. I thought it was a little bit of a
uh,
letdown. I was looking for more
I,
secrets. I didn't get it.
but that was I think that was, hey, I'm in this mastermind, and I'm in this mastermind, and I've got all these people around me in this mastermind together. Let me get each one of these persons in this mastermind to write a chapter and then release it. That I thought, at least the idea behind the book, I thought it was really good. I've not actually gotten a copy, either digital or physical copy, to actually see
I got the
the
digital.
the material inside, but um I thought that was a really great concept.
It is
Yeah.
great content. I mean, it's a way to bring something to market really quickly without having to do much work. I mean, the work you'd have to do in the back end is obviously getting the publisher and herding all the cats to get your chapters in. But it is a great way to become. I would I would say, well, I
You
could
kind of borrow.
you borrow the authority, which puts your authority a little bit higher as well. Because I mean, I don't think Russell has a chapter in the 30 Days book, but it comes from Russell Brunson. Like
but
It
he
comes from
intro.
yeah, I think
He has the
introed it.
intro.
Yeah.
And it was, if you had 30 days to start from scratch, what would you do? I think he says, I asked 30 of my inner circle members what they would do to if they had to start from scratch, from 0 to 30 days to get their $1 million back. That I thought that was I thought that was really a good question. I thought that was really a good question to have them all answer. And I
Mhm.
thought that he took a variety. I've never been able to talk about that book before. That's cool that we're able to talk about it, I because I thought that it was a really great idea, because it wasn't like he took all social media marketers. He didn't take all coaches. He took all the different markets,
Yeah.
like the same when he had I think we talked about that a week or so ago, when he talked about surveys, and how the old ClickFunnels homepage used to have 8 different industries.
Hmm.
And I think what he did in that book was he took examples from, I think he had even some brick and mortar. I think he had some dentists. I think he had Garrett J. White in there, right?
You got Trey
He
Llewellyn starts the thing off. Joe McCall,
and,
Dan Henry, heard of him. Myron Golden's in there. Love that
yeah,
chapter with the Bible deal. Stacy and Paul Martino is in there. Surprisingly, I just was doing their 3-day event this week. Pretty transformative, very emotional. But yeah, there's a lot of great value in this book. So if you can find a way to get your hands on it, find the funnel that has it in it, sign up for it, get it, and yeah, it's a great deal. But we're not here to promote the 30days.com book. It's just an example of what you can do to get more authority out in the space. Because once you have that authority, you can do what we're going to be talking about tonight, especially when you find
yes,
love, especially when you find love within the space. And you got two power couples, or you got a power couple here in the funnel space coming together. Of course, they're going to do what they do best and funnel it up.
nice. So we're talking about love and funnels.
Yeah, love and funnels. The funnel of love. Well, it's not the tunnel of love, it's the funnel of love.
We're talking about love and funnels tonight. Who would have thought that the two come together? I think love and funnels, it's it's an unlikely combination. And I think what we're talking about tonight is that they're taking it in an unlikely direction. Um, and it's very a controversial topic too. And set the stage for us, Brandon, about what's going on, what's the event, what's the controversy about it, and how is this wedding, this love, a little bit different. But I think it's not just love between two uh, powerhouses in the funnel industry, but I think it's also a love for marketing and a love for funnels. How does that all come together?
Well, being a married guy myself, when I got married 13 years ago, there was a very large expense attached to it. And, the wedding couple or the wedding couple's family has to contribute to make it happen, right? So these two kind of flipped the script a little bit, especially when Marley made a tongue-in-cheek post about all the fees that are associated with the wedding, especially when it comes to the catering and the wedding cakes and the tuxes and the bartenders and the flower people and the event space, and if the event space is going to do the lighting for you, or if the photographer is going to throw in the videos. There's all these little upsells. The wedding industry is a billion-dollar industry. I might be exaggerating that, but it is a very, very lucrative industry.
I don't
to
think
give.
that's an exaggeration.
Okay, it could be multi-billion dollars. I don't know, but
Mm.
she's like, "Holy cow, we're not doing this." I mean, I don't know what they're going to have at the wedding, but they flipped the script and said, "You know what? We want you at the wedding. We're going to turn this thing into an event to actually teach people about how we or how they one kind of got internet famous is the best way to put it, and been able to grow a following, and then share that with everybody there, and then share their special day with them, right? So they're doing a couple things with that. One, they're starting to build their brand together. Steve and Marley's brand together, right? So two different brands coming in, Capitalist Pig, and then I don't know what Marley's brand is because I'll be honest, I don't follow her that well. So they're bringing those two brands together. So they have already those two audiences coming together and giving them an opportunity to merge, mingle, network, and be in a space to learn from each other and the additional people that they're bringing in that's going to be speaking at the event. So they are charging for the event. They don't want a toaster. These folks got plenty of money, plenty of support. They already got everything that they need together and are merging their life together. So they don't need anybody to bring a gift. They don't want a set of plates. They got plates. They got toasters. They got cups. They got, towels and all the tchotchke stuff that people put on their Amazon list and pray somebody buys, right? So they're like, we want you there, okay, but we're not footing your bill, okay? I mean, I remember I paid $100. It was roughly about $100 a head.
Yeah.
And I had 100 people. So it was like 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for like the venue and dinner.
That's not even the reception.
No, that's the reception. That's what I meant. So like we had the venue, we had the reception and the venue in the same spot. So with the venue and dinner and drinks and everything, it was about $100 a head. It's probably even more. Because I think total all in was like $15K. So we had about 100 people there. They're charging for you to show up. Now, I don't know exactly what that charging is covering because, I'm sure they're going to be doing some crazy stuff. But they're just saying, hey, pay us this minuscule amount of money. It's not very much. It's actually quite a deal for what you're actually getting. And you can come hang out with us for a day, enjoy the wedding, have a good party, network with some power players in the industries, and, have a weekend with it out in Boise, Idaho. And so that's where the controversy is coming in. It's like, usually you get invited to a wedding. It doesn't cost you anything other than you go out and buy them a gift, right? So you're still spending money, but you're not spending it directly on the bride and groom. It's an indirect purchase to some big box store to give them a piece of junk that they're probably going to sell in a yard sale 3 or 4 years down the road anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead, you just collect the money directly from them. Just give us cash. We want the cash. You can come hang out with us. Just pay us cash. You can come hang out with us and party and do all that kind of stuff. And that's it. So I don't know if I'd see it controversial. The only controversy that I kind of see with it is the fact that they're promoting it like that. Like they've done dramatic demonstrations about it and all that other kind of stuff. And Marley has her own series about it. And that can be the controversy beside it. Right. And so I see this, if it gains traction, especially in the influencer world, really like taking off in the sense that, all right, you got this semi-famous DE level famous person having a wedding, inviting a whole bunch of people to it, making a little bit of change off of it, but it's still being able to bring people together and experience the day. Where people may be upset with it is the fact that it's supposed to be a special day between you and your loved ones, in holy matrimony and all this kind of stuff, and you want to commercialize it, right? And bring in people that have no affiliation with you, have no emotional connection with you, have no, oneness with the family and all that other kind of stuff, and kind of cheapen it, so to speak.
Well, I think that's what makes it controversial, because they are taking the industry that has been ingrained in everyone for, I don't know, tons of years. And they are turning the industry upside down. Typically, you're going to make a wedding list of invites and you're going to decide who you want to invite because of the cost. Would you agree?
Yeah, because
You're
the
going
cost is pretty substantial, and
Yeah.
if you got a
And you're
lot of
going to
money, sure, you're going to invite everybody and their second cousin. But if you got a little bit of money, you got to like narrow it down a little bit, and the cream of the crop that you know is going to at least get you a really good gift, or at least a card with a couple $100 in it, right? That's what you're hoping for
Yeah.
when you invite them. You don't say it, but you're thinking, oh, is Aunt is Aunt Betty going to come? Betty's loaded, right? She might give us a card $1,000 in it, right? So we're definitely going to
And
invite Aunt Betty. Right, Uncle Tom, he's got that yacht. He might actually just let us borrow that for the honeymoon, so he's definitely in, right? So
and you're
that's
like,
how you go through the list.
yeah, and you're kind of like, are you gonna come? You better make sure to come because you have to get a count because you don't want to pay for plates when people don't show up. And then
Yep.
you also invite those people, and then they say, "Oh, can I bring a friend?" And you're like, uh you're like, I've got room for X amount of people. So you're gonna think twice about the people that you invite to your wedding because it's so expensive. Now, why
Mhm.
has it gotten that expensive? And I think that Marley and Steve are challenging that. And I think the controversial part is that they're challenging it. They're saying, you know what? We want to invite you to our wedding, but if you come to our wedding, we don't want to leave it. We want to leave it open to everyone. But if you come, we want you to contribute towards the cost of your ticket or the cost of your plate or the expense, right?
Mhm.
But not only the reason I think I think some people had gotten a little bit butthurt about it is because they feel like the institute of marriage is sacred, and
Mhm.
and it's not to be charged for someone to go to your wedding, but it's supposed to be a special day for the bride and the groom. What I
Mhm.
say for that, Brandon, I say that it's their wedding,
Do
you
whatever they
know.
want. And if it was so sacred, we wouldn't have a 50% plus divorce rate. So, you know, people people can go chew on that for a little bit and actually think about that before they, bash somebody else's. They're just mad because they didn't think of it themselves. And that's what it boils down to is like they didn't come up with that idea to actually say, you know what, I don't want a gift. I just want you to, give me money. You're invited, but it'll cost you $50. Do you love me enough to come and pay me $50 to come see me get married? I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. And then if nobody pays, then you don't have to worry about it. You have a smaller, more intimate wedding, and you make sure you have your nest egg already kind of set aside to pay for it. So like it's kind of like ads, right? You save up to invest, right? You're investing into your wedding and into your relationship. You're investing into your business, so you save up to 10 grand for your ads. You run the ads, and you hope to at least break even and get enough people in there that cover at least the ad costs, right? You break even, and you just move on with it. If you get anything more, that's just all gravy, right? So yeah, that's it.
Yes. And in true funnel hacker fashion, they have created a wedding funnel, the first of its kind ever. Have you ever heard of a wedding funnel before, Brandon?
No, I mean I've heard of wedding websites where a couple maybe put a website together to kind of at least give the information, the date, and just share it with their close people to either go on and sign up and register to say that you're going, like kind of an evite type deal instead of saving money instead of mailing out invitations. Do kind of like an evite type deal. Um, or even if they do mail the invitations, they put a code or a link on there to go and RSVP that way. But not an actual funnel to where there's actually a cart put your credit card information in to register and go to the event.
Absolutely. And today and that's what we're gonna show today, because we're gonna walk through Marley and Jaxx's wedding funnel. And we want to take a look at this. And I also want to leave a link down in the comments if you want to check it out, or if you're even interested in attending. And before we get into
throw up the QR code, man. Just throw the QR code up.
Okay. Before we get into that, I just want to say that I'm gonna be there, Brandon.
You're going? All right, man. Nice.
There it is. Yeah, I definitely want to take a look at this website, just so we can, we want to look at the structure of the funnel. We want to look at how, we want to look at the offer. We want to look at the headlines. We want to look at the offer, and we want to look at all the information right here on their wedding funnel. And there is a link for it. And I also want to show you that not only did they set up a wedding funnel, but I remember I told you, because she has an entire, and I love the marketing. I love the marketing, and she's done the entire series of short video clips, man. Short video clips, short reels that she's posting on her social media channel, and she has done a great job. You know what? I want, if you're not following her, I wanted to do something, but I don't want to put a link to her profile in here. I just want to encourage you to go out there and just check out her series. And each day she's coming back and giving an update on things that are going on. I'm like, how is she doing this at the same time while actually planning and putting together a wedding? I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Because I know planning a wedding, doing the dresses, doing all of that stuff, it's insane. But she's also at the same time maintaining a social updates, and she's sending out emails. And I commented on one of her posts, and I said to her, because she mentioned a referral link, and I chimed in, and she responded to me in my DMs. I'm wondering if it's her, though. Wondering if it's her. Because
it could be. I said it could be.
Because I have another person in the ClickFunnels world that's been reaching out to me in my DMs, and I refuse to respond because I know it's not them. And I'm gonna tell you, Brandon, I just looked at the message, and I just think it's kind of disrespectful.
Why is that?
Because I know it's not you. I don't know. Would you send an AI bot to reach out to Russell Brunson?
No,
you wouldn't, right?
No.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. If you're gonna reach out to Russell Brunson, you're gonna reach out to them personally. So if you have some automation reaching out to me, you don't want to get to know me. So that it kind of pissed me off, but I'm just venting right now.
Okay. All right. Let's give the folks what they're actually looking for. We teased it enough. Let's show
All right. Yeah. So that is it. I will be there. Just FYI, and I will be there. And
are you sharing or my screen?
Is the page. Say again.
Is that my screen or your screen?
That's my screen.
Okay. I was sharing it too. I didn't know who was going to be sharing it. That's cool. All right. Go ahead.
Right. I believe that's my screen, right? Yep, that's my screen. Check this out. Here is the page with the headline up at the top. You're invited to our wedding with a twist. Look at Steve, man.
Such a handsome fellow, isn't he?
You think so?
It's whatever. Something to say.
All right. You think so? You think he's handsome? I think it's cool. I don't know. Let me ask you, think it's mostly him driving it or her?
I haven't seen anything from Steve, and I follow both, but I've probably seen more of Marley's stuff than I have of Steve's.
Oh, I think apparently he did do something, but I think he's doing his on his YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
I'm I don't think I'm seeing much from him on at least on Facebook, but
Hmm.
I I did see and I think you're in there too. I think I invited you to to the brand new community that he just opened up.
I've
Uh
been kind of out of it, man, so I'm gonna apologize in advance.
affiliate community. Do
Maybe I'd
you
have to go back and look.
Okay, okay. Yeah, he just started a an affiliate community. Sh- almost coincided with the promotion of their wedding. But but yeah, so I am in there, and she is also in there too. And I think they're both in there. Maybe they're going to tag team in there. I haven't seen much activity or content really coming out just yet. They've just said that, you know, hey, welcome to this new community. It's an affiliate community actually. So they're going to be putting training in there, but it'll be interesting to see, but that's what I've seen from him. All right, so let's take a look. So timer right here. See that?
Hmm.
The details. $57. Here's you know, I think for those people out there that are really questioning about, you know, their motives. I mean, I think you said that the motives were basically just for the expense. Um, I think that's probably one of the things that is motivating them to do this. But yeah, and I think, you know, at True Marketer, it's an opportunity to put together an offer. You know, if you know, should weddings be sacred from offers?
Again, they have a big following. Not everybody's going to take it up. I mean, the wedding's on a Friday. Lots of logistics to cover. It's in Boise, Idaho. I mean, how easy is it to get to Boise, Idaho? In fact, we just were there a couple weeks ago. It's not easy to get to Boise. Okay, so depending on where they're coming from across the country.
No,
Um,
we were in Utah.
okay, we were in Utah. Still, regardless, Boise, Utah, Southwest
Say,
Montana, that whole area, Salt Lake City, is not easy to get to. Okay,
mm,
very few very few flights are direct, at least from this neck of the woods, I can say. And yeah, if you live out west, you can probably drive there. But yeah, in any case, and it's on a Friday, right? So people got to take off work if they wanted to do it, right? So there's a little bit of resistance there to weed out the tire kickers, the looky loos, and the semi haters, right? But not that much. The fact that it is on a Friday, you can recover on a Saturday and then get back, home at least by Sunday if you wanted to make a weekend of it in Boise. Um,
let's actually take a look and see. Let's take a look and see what those dates are, because, like I said, it's uh, from her videos. It's a 3-day content-filled wedding festival.
well, up to 3 days, depending on which ticket you get. So
All
basic
right.
ticket, it's just Friday. That's it. You go to the wedding. That's all you do.
So let's take a look. Let's just take a look at this page here. This just looks like a, you know, basic image. I don't see, there's no, you know, no borders around it, no shadows. Um, just a little bit of, you see little backdrops there. Maybe, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Got some action on the button. Okay. timer here. Look at this spot up here at the top, that little white space, RSVP now, when it tells you a little bit of, they've added a little scarcity up at the top. This is the top of the page. You notice how you can click without scrolling. What do you think about that? With that part of the page, having the this is for the people that just want to land on the page and they don't want to read all the way to the bottom. You know what I mean? Just to find the click or just to find a button to get, the ticket. Some people come to the page and they're already ready. They're like, I just want the buy link, right?
Yeah, I mean it's landing page 101. Put as much stuff above the fold as you can with all the information. So obviously you got the details. It's limited, so they got the scarcity at the very top, telling you what's going on with the headline. You're invited to our wedding. People get it. It's direct to the point. Let you know when the wedding is going to happen. 42 days. Gives you the date. Price is already there up front, so you don't have to question it. At least for the basic deal. But they do pull below the fold up with their two columns there to where you can see vows and VIP. I mean, even if you were all the way at the top and you can scroll all the way to the top.
You want me to scroll all the way to the top?
Yeah, just put it all the way back at the top. So like even if you don't click it, you know that you do know that there's more to see because you can see the two columns. So more curious people who aren't emotional buyers that are ready to go right now, want to learn a little bit more information, they'll continue to go down and see what those two columns are going to say before they decide to do anything. So if you go down and look at the two columns, because you already know the price, at least the base price, so you want to see what's more. So keep going down.
Okay, I'm gonna go down some more. Let's watch this. I think they've changed the messaging a little bit because now it's an RSVP contribution. So it doesn't sound like we're selling tickets. We're asking for a contribution. And then they're actually, I think they've done a lot of work with the messaging and the language on this to I think they're probably, because it's never been done before. So if you look at this, I don't know if there's any examples that you could follow to kind of get the right messaging. So this is probably, this is just straight messaging coming from both of them. These are two great marketers. That's what my opinion is. Two great marketers with really good messaging, and they understand their assignment. Look at the two options here, right? You see that? And they're calling it the no toaster needed ticket, also known as just tell us you're coming. We don't need a toaster or a blender or a fondue fountain. We just want you there. Skip the registry. This contribution simply covers your seat at the table. That alone is like, okay, I can kind of get behind that. It's not really, I'm not really paying for the wedding, but I'm just covering the cost of my seat, which would probably be about the same as purchasing a toaster, a fondue, or a blender.
I mean, I
Unless
can tell
you
you
go cheap.
what one of our wedding presents. Hold on. Okay, one of our deals on our registry when we got married was a KitchenAid mixer. Okay, it's $329.99, and we got one. So, like I said, you're inviting the particular people that you want there that you know are going to get you the gifts that you want, or you invite everybody, make it kind of low ticket, invite them to the party, and you probably get a lot more out of it, at least a lot more funds back, right? And the $57 probably just covers the plate. Again, as I mentioned before, There's about 100 to 150 bucks per head if you include all the fees in together. And so, I mean, $57 a plate, that's pretty cheap. I wish I had their caterer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, okay, so initial motivation is to save money. But what if you want people to come to your wedding, but you're like, you know what? I want you to come, but it's freaking expensive. Can you help me with can you help me with the cost? So that's the no toaster needed ticket. It's
Yeah,
kind
but
of saying,
it's also one of those things of like, you're invited to a wedding, you're almost expected to bring a gift. They're just saying, you're invited to the wedding, you don't have to bring a gift, but you still got to bring a gift. They're just telling you up front what the gift needs to be. The gift needs to be just $57. That's the gift. That's what we want. That's what our registry is. $57. Give it to us. You can come to the wedding.
yes. So $57 gets you in the door. Let's see, it gets you admission to the celebration on Friday, entry. It says entry to the ceremony, the dinner, dancing, and surprises. So you get entry. So it's not just but okay. So when it says admission to the full wedding celebration, so there's a ceremony, there's a dinner, dancing, and surprises. Man, it sounds like a fun party to me, actually, because you're going to get to connect with an incredible guest list of entrepreneurs, creatives. So you're almost,
I mean, you
it's
might even
almost
get
like
to hang out and dance with Russell.
I,
Yeah, you can do the chicken dance with Russell. His arms might be fixed by then.
When you consider the fact that you could be next to some high-level entrepreneurs and you only pay $57 to be in the room, that actually increases the value of that ticket.
It does a lot.
I mean, you'd pay $100 for the One Funnel Away challenge. So paying $57 to be in the room, and I don't know if you saw recently, but they announced who would be officiating the event. Do you know who that is?
I saw the post. I looked him up, but I don't remember the name.
You know who the guy is? Alex Charfen.
I don't know who he is.
The Billionaire Code.
Billionaire Code. Don't remember that.
He was I think he spoke at the 2CCX. Remember when they did the 2CCX from the comfort of your own home? He has the Billionaire Code. He wrote the book. I actually sent you a copy of his ebook. It's called The Billionaire Code. Alex Charfen. He will be officiating it. That's at least one high-level entrepreneur who will be there that you could actually network with for just $57. You pay $57 for a matinee movie.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, right?
Pretty much, after all the popcorn and everything. Unless you come to my theater that I volunteer at, it's very cheap, very nice.
But let's look at what you get with the upgraded ticket. Let's look at what you get with the upgraded
nice.
ticket.
I will say VIP is nice.
Okay, so with the vow, and not only that, but it's 2 tickets.
Two tickets.
Man, you know what? I may have to find me a date.
Start swiping right, man. Get you a date.
I've been thinking about it.
Swipe right, match up, say, hey, you want to go to a wedding? I got 2 tickets. I'm going to Idaho.
Oh man, check it out. Well, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this offer stack here. All right. It includes everything from the main celebration plus exclusive access to the most intimate behind the scenes parts of the weekend. We'll also feature you and your business in the official wedding program so our whole community can get to know the incredible people in our circle. You get rehearsal dinner access on July the 31st. You'll toast with family, laugh with old friends, and hear the story that never made it to social media. You'll get the full wedding celebration access on the day with a ceremony, dinner, dancing, surprise performances, and you'll be experiencing it VIP style. From what I hear, is there's going to be an actual VIP section with seating. Yep, there it is, right there, which is the priority reserved seating for both the ceremony and the reception, with VIP dinner tables, connecting you with some of the most interesting guests in the room, the VIP brand feature, and a bonus surprise or two. Because, of course, your vows and VIP, we've got a little extra magic planned. We see you, we love you, and we can't wait to share it all with you. That offer for $9.97 for 2 tickets, so it's about $4.97 a ticket. Now, I was under the impression that there were some cold plunges,
That's in
some
there.
marriage and relationship counseling. Oh, there it is right there. I'm sorry. I almost skipped over that. I skipped over that. Right there it is right there. There's a
Yeah.
biohacking brunch and a recovery lounge. And this is on August the 2nd. It's actually the day after. Um, so
Yep.
wind down and refuel with biohacking sessions, cold plunges, high performance hacks, and sessions with top health and performance experts. Wow, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. And then let's go down this page. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for some emotion, we're looking for a little bit of logic, and we're looking for some fear on this page. Is that the typical strategy
Mm,
surrounding the pages?
yeah, I mean
Let's
that's the typical deal, but I don't think that's where they're going with that here. There's a little bit of emotion to it. Um, they're kind of explaining why they're doing it now. Getting you to know them, been together 5 years, etc. And then just below that, they're explaining
okay.
why it's different.
Okay. We debated eloping. We wanted to celebrate with our village, and that's exactly what I was kind of thinking. It's like, here these two figures are pretty big figures in the funnel hacking world. They're getting married. They want the opportunity to just share it with everybody. Yeah, and when you have a large following, this could be could be interesting. Why this wedding is different and why it would mean the world to have you with us. Oh yeah. Get rich, and then the prices for cutting a cake, uh, and then they want to. It says they want to use their wedding as a blueprint for help others to not start their marriage in debt. Well, how important would that be to not start your wedding in debt, especially when we were talking about 50% of marriages? I think that number is higher end in divorce. I think that number
No,
is higher, actually.
it's around 50, and then the second is 60, third is about 70%, and then divorce.
Mm.
Yeah.
And after this, we'll be teaching the whole model to other couples through weddingfunnels.com. How about that? So
Mm-hmm.
this is them actually doing it first and then teaching it later. I've noticed her language, and her language has always been about breaking the norms, and
Mm-hmm.
how companies that have succeeded, like Uber and Airbnb, once were weird ideas, but to that person, they saw a vision of a different they saw it differently. People once thought it was strange to get in a stranger's car. Just years ago, you would have really thought that was strange to get in a stranger's car, but today it is normal. But there is that period of kind of relearning, and that I think that's the challenge. I think that is the challenge, is really when you're going against the grain, you have to educate and really, bring a new idea to the market. And that's what they've been doing with the language. And from what I see, she's just going for it. They're just like, we know how to do this. We know how to say it loud, keep saying it, and get that messaging right until you start to shift people's mind and start to saying, you know what, maybe the way we've been doing it all along could be done better. And maybe the fact that you spent $10,000 and $15,000, who came up with this idea that we should spend this much on weddings?
I don't know, man. But if I was smarter, and everybody knows hindsight's 2020, I mean, I should have eloped and saved that money and spent it on the honeymoon. Um, you know,
Yeah.
elope, spend on the honeymoon, and then do a small reception deal when we got back with friends and family to kind of mini celebration with them. But you want to give it to your wife, because as a little girl, they dream, of being that princess with the wedding dress and walking down the aisle, and you know, and that's why you do it, right? But if you look at the history of weddings and marriages in all cultures, like, I think we're the only ones that really put on a very flamboyant and, I wouldn't call it preposterous party, but a crazy party that doesn't serve you. Like, it doesn't serve the people getting married, because it straps them. We put a bunch on credit card. I mean, it took about a year and a half to pay off the credit card.
Oh man, they're expensive. And and,
Yeah.
and I think one point that she makes was, it's like a cake cutting fee of $650.
Hmm.
That's
And,
that's really absurd.
and the more debt that a couple goes in to after the wedding, it just increases the chances of divorce, just because there's just added stress within the wedding to try to pay it off, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for those that are smart and know and understand, have better financial sense, don't swipe a credit card to get married. Go down to the local courthouse, or do something in your backyard with the pastor down the road at the church, and grill out at the local park. I mean, it doesn't have to be, um, you don't need a mile long train for your wedding dress. Just don't do it.
If you've got the money for it and you want
I,
to
if you if,
splurge,
if you got the money, if you can buy your wedding twice, buy it. Right. And this is, I hate to say a little Dave Ramsey ish about it, but if you can see your wedding as an investment, by all means. Sure, it's an investment in yourself, the love of your life, and things like that. But if it doesn't make you money, don't buy it.
exactly. We're building a movement that teaches couples how to turn their wedding into an entrepreneurial experience that funds their future, gives back to the community, and starts their marriage with abundance, not debt. First one of its kind. When you think about it, if you're a guest, you should want the best for the bride and groom. And I think we all know how much. Oh man, how did they get that picture? You see that picture right there?
Well, somebody
You
took
think
it.
you think that's AI generated? Do you
Mm,
see who that is in the background right there?
I see who it is in the background.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I just kind of noticed that. I'm like, wait a minute. That's that would be interesting, huh? What if that guest is there, right?
They're going to be there.
Oh,
They're going to
really?
they're going to they're going to be there. Why wouldn't they be there? They're like best buds.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. How cool. How cool. How cool. All right. And for $57, huh? Man, they're giving away they're giving away these tickets basically. Oh man, look at that, huh? Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh man, suddenly that $57 ticket seems like a whole lot more. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Okay. Important. They want you to make sure that you keep your email, and also our neighbors who didn't sign up for a surprise party in their backyard. So unless you want to explain, okay, now go grab your ticket, what you're actually getting, and this is an experience. Please complete separate submission because we don't need a toaster. We just want you. Spots are limited for both. On the next page, you'll have the chance to add 2 exclusive experiences. Huh. That's going to be the upsell page. Honestly,
No,
where would you want?
you're included with it $9.97. I don't know what the upsell is going to be over
Well,
that, over the $9.97. I'm sure there is. If you haven't already bought your deal and you said you were going, you should just go through it right now and show everybody. If not, we should just wrap it up and let everybody else experience what they might be getting.
what, you want me to go through and buy it?
Have you not done it?
Is that what you're saying?
If you haven't done it, buy it.
All right. Well,
You said you were going, weren't you?
Well, hold on. You know what? Hold on. Let's get back. Let me stop sharing my screen here. I can't. You know what? I got my credit card in the other room.
Well,
Yeah, I don't have it here with me.
Go buy it. Show the upsell
yeah,
page. I mean, we're already an hour into this thing, and we got to figure out. Just wrap her up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do? Once you buy it, screen record it. That way you can blur out the funky stuff, and then next week we show them what they get.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna funnel hack. I've already funnel hacked the first page, so we're gonna funnel hack the funnel. And if you want to check it out, and if you want to funnel hack the funnel, I want to make sure that we give you the opportunity to check that page out. There you go. Crash the party at the 3-day content-filled wedding festival. Man, that hour went by quickly. And we're going to, So, tune in next week. Hopefully we'll be here on Wednesday next week. And we will.
Make sure you use Barnum PT when you screenshot all those pages. I think it's working.
Yeah, it's been working for me. I did some screenshots yesterday after I made my reservation. I made my airplane reservation for the ClickFunnels Connect event that I will be attending. I did RSVP. For the ClickFunnels Connect event there in Jasper, Georgia. With I'm excited because it'll be Dante Torelli. It will be Danny Walsh, and I really like the fact that we're bringing laptops.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing laptops, and we're going to be working. And I'm looking forward to that. And that's in just a week. A little bit over a week.
I know it's going to be a crazy weekend for me because not only do we have that, but the Columbus one is this Sunday as well.
It's this Sunday?
Not this Sunday, but that weekend, that Sunday, because we host a meeting, semi-official ClickFunnels Connect deal, semi-unofficial because we started it and actually got in trouble with it last Sunday of every month in New Albany area. If you're interested in that, leave a comment below. I'll send you the details. Open to anybody, no cost.
You want to throw the link out there?
I don't have a link.
You know what? I think I have the link to the app page.
Okay.
The page with the hold on, let me just grab that link real quick. It's the page where it has all the events. You've seen that page, right?
I have not. And what I've noticed is they need to fix the times on these events because the times are not correct. So they still got some bugs to work out with this ClickFunnels Connect page.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna throw it in the comments here in our chat so you can post it on your side. That's it right there. That is the official site, and on that site, it lists all of the events. So when you go to that page, you'll see. I think you'll see the selling online secrets, the one uh with the one with McCall Jones. They've got an all-star lineup over there in Utah. I think Eric Thane is going to be there. Bridger Pennington is going to be back there. That one's actually on the 27th. That one's on next Friday. And then Saturday, that's the one that we'll both be attending, the one in Jasper, Georgia. And I think they've got some other ones. Then your event is in Columbus, Ohio on Sunday. So there's going to be a packed weekend for you. But then there's some in, I think there's one in Barcelona, and then upcoming in Las Vegas. I think, and I don't know. You know what? I might be asked to go out to Phoenix too. I think I'm saving room on my schedule for this summer to go to Marley and Jaxx. I'll say Marley and Jaxx, Marley and Steve's wedding in August, and then I want to attend at least one more Connect event, if not two more. They haven't announced the dates for the one in Vegas and the one in Phoenix. So I think those are probably three other trips. Since we don't have Funnel Hacking Live, we don't have.
I mean, I think this makes it better because it gives you a chance to get out there, network, and connect in a little bit different, more intimate settings, and still, have access to people directly within ClickFunnels, which is absolutely amazing to have access. And you never know who's going to show up to these events. ClickFunnels people themselves that you see in the One Funnel Away challenges, that they're going to be hosting them. Long-term funnel hackers are going to be hosting them. And then depending on the level of interest, you never know, you might get Russell out to speak in one if it's big enough. So see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So let me throw that down in the comments real quick for those who do not have it or want to visit that website for the ClickFunnels Connect events. I just threw it down in the comments. You can throw it over there in your comments because I don't know where it's going to be pushed out to. But that is that's the link for the ClickFunnels Connect page where you can find out about all the upcoming events. Hey, if you're watching, we hope to see you there. We hope to see you there. Yeah, let us know you're going. We can always do, these events are, these are perfect opportunities to meet people in person. It just, you just develop a deeper bond, try to make it out to one. Especially if it's somewhere close to you. If I think when you connect with us, like Brandon's going to be there and I've got an extra room. So you never know. I think when we went out to Utah, we shared an Airbnb together. So, there's make sure you reach out to us, and DMs are always open. And happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, man.
That's right. I wanted to say that, but I want to throw a shout out there to my buddy for more than 30 years, Lindsey Gator. What's up, Lindsey? We go back. He made these t-shirts and he sent me one. So I was commenting. I saw him making them and he said, I got you. And he just sent it to me. Appreciate it. But happy Juneteenth out there for those that are celebrating. And that's it. We've been on, almost an hour and 10 minutes. So I don't have anything more. You have anything more, Brandon?
No, man. It's been a week. Appreciate you pushing back a day while I attended Stacy and Paul Martino's RBR 3-day mastery event there, and next week we'll be on regular scheduled programming. Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's right. Got a busy week coming up. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will see you soon. Take care.
Take care, man.
Remember, make the world a better place, one funnel at a time.